Hello. Hello to you and welcome back to another episode of Learn, Laugh, Live with Lisa. My name is Ayeesha Lanaola from LisaLanaola.com, right? So today we are going to be making some salmon. Gonna make some salmon from Ayeesha Curry's cookbook, and we're also going to talk about two things we're gonna do: cook, and we're gonna talk about starting something that needs to get started, and how to make progress on that thing, the goal that we have, how to get started on our goals, and how to continue. So today we're gonna be cooking salmon. It's from Ayeesha Curry. You know I love Ayeesha Curry. She is a Jamaican, like myself, and love her. So she has a cookbook. It's called The Full Plate with Ayeesha Curry. So I'm gonna be cooking from that because I have been meal prepping meals on the weekends. I've been meal prepping and then just putting them in the fridge and saving them. So they've been really good. So today I'm going to be doing something, and the meals that I make are simple because, like you said, I'm not a professional chef. I just know how to follow directions. I see the recipe I like. I know that I want to make it. It's something that the ingredients is something that I love. So why not make it, right? So today I'm going to be making something simple. It's sheet pan salmon. It's gonna look like this when it's done. So it's sheet pan salmon with pesto, butter, corn, and tomatoes. So it's supposed to be very simple. Let's see. Very simple. You know I like simple. So I'm gonna give my opinion at the end of it to let you know how it tastes and if it was simple as she says it will be, because that's what the goal would be. And then while the food is cooking, I'm going to be talking to you about starting your goal and continuing on the journey to getting your goal, to making your goals, right? So the first things first is to preheat the oven to 400. Preheating it to 400 with a sharp knife, cut the kernels of the cob, add the tomatoes and olive oil, toss, and then spread it evenly on the baking sheet. Okay, so first things first is we have the corn. She says to toss the corn. I'm gonna put the ingredients. It's gonna be corn, cherry tomatoes, virgin olive oil, salt, pepper, butter, basil, pesto, salmon, and that's it. So the corn, she wants us to put the corn, the tomatoes with olive oil, salt and pepper in a pan. So let's get the pan because I don't have that. Of course, I didn't have the pan ready, so I had to go get the pan. And I have my knife. I have this knife that I always use for the kitchen. I only use it for the kitchen. So we're gonna put the corn, take the corn out, empty it all. I wanna make sure I get all my stuff, right? I'm doing 2 bags of corn because it's supposed to serve 4 people. And it's just gonna serve me and my daughter for my daughter doesn't really eat leftovers, so it's gonna serve us for like 2-3 days, right? So putting the corn in there. Then I'm going to cut these tomatoes in half. Let me see, what knife should I use? Nope, that's too big for me. Just a little small knife is fine. I'm gonna use this one, just a regular size knife. And the funny thing is, I never used to like tomatoes. The only tomatoes that I like, mini tomatoes. I don't like, if it's like a whole tomato, I won't eat it. Like the big tomatoes, I don't like those. So I'm just cutting up. I like recipes that are simple. I don't like anything that requires too many steps and too many ingredients. So I'm going to be testing out, for the next couple of videos, I'm going to be testing out easy recipes that the chef says are simple. If you tell me that it's simple, it has to be simple. And if you tell me that it doesn't take too many ingredients and it's fast, I'm going to expect that it is. Yep. So if you claim that something is supposed to be the way that it is, I expect that that's the way that it will be, right? And that's just what we expect. And that's just what will happen. I like corn. Like I said, I like corn. And I don't like big tomatoes. For some reason, ever since I was a kid, I wasn't able to eat them like that. But I had someone introduce me to these mini tomatoes, and ever since then, I have just been loving them. So just cutting them in half. She says they're supposed to be half. Almost done with that. There's probably a faster way to do this, but like I said, I'm not a chef. I've just been trying different things, and I like to share. So I want to share what I'm doing, and if you find it something that doable, something that you would like to incorporate into your life, then that's a plus for me. That's a win. Because I feel like in order for us to grow, we have to share with others, you know? That's what life is all about. It's about learning and then sharing with others. It's not costing me anything to share my knowledge, so why not? These are looking so good. Cannot wait. Almost done. Almost done. Only a couple pieces more. And as always, comment in the video. Let me know if you're gonna try this. Let me know if you even like, do you even like tomatoes? My daughter's not a fan of tomatoes, so she's gonna, of course, pick around the tomatoes and just eat the corn. I'm gonna do some steamed vegetables because she likes the fish that I do, so I'm just gonna do some fish with steamed vegetables. That's that. Almost done with this. Cannot wait. Like I said, I don't eat meat. Mostly just seafood, pasta. And while the food is cooking, like I said, I'm going to talk about how to get started on your goals. Because I always say start. And a lot of people say start. But they don't tell you what to do. So that's that. So I'm going to mix this up. She wants us to mix this up. Put some olive oil, some black pepper in there. Just gonna put a little bit of black pepper. I don't like my food overly seasoned. A lot of people have the high blood pressure, you know, so I don't want them to overly season my food. I just got this, just a little bit of olive oil. This is extra virgin olive oil. That's all I'm doing. She wants us to put the extra virgin olive oil in there. Toast, then spread in an even layer. So I have a baking sheet here with parchment paper. I want us to put it on parchment paper. Then I'm just going to put the corn out here with the tomatoes. I put more corn than she recommended because I love corn. So, and I just put some black pepper, some olive oil in there. Even that out. Even this out, even this out. Okay, Ayeesha, let's see. I feel like she's like here talking to me, right? So it's like, okay, so even that out. Then, okay, then I'm gonna cut the salmon in pieces. Make sure the salmon's cut in pieces, right? And it's just regular salmon. She likes it with the skin on. And I'm okay with the skin on too, so that's fine. Everything was cleaned. I want to make sure I have enough pieces for the week. Okay, so I need butter. How much of the pesto? So the pesto, I need 2 tablespoons of the pesto and 2 tablespoons of butter. So let me get my butter. Let me get my spoons out here. And you know I have my handy dandy spoons, right? One tablespoon. So this is 1 tablespoon. Love it. So 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of the butter. That's that. Just regular butter. She says to use unsalted butter, but I use what I have, and that's what I do. So now we're going to do 2 tablespoons. One tablespoon of the pesto, 2 tablespoons of the pesto. I always like to use generous servings, right? Combine that. Place the salmon fillet skin down on top of the corn and spoon the butter mixture evenly on top of the fillets. Okay, so before, I'm not going to put it down there and then scoop it on. I'm going to actually get my hands dirty and put them in here. So the pesto and the butter, we're going to put on to the salmon, right? So we're going to combine that. Just put some butter with the pesto, butter with the pesto, butter with the pesto, butter with the pesto, and butter. And then we just put this here evenly, put it evenly on there. Some of them still stayed in. Can you see it? Okay, good. Could see it. So butter with the pesto, it's all arranged, it's all there. We're gonna put it over there. And it doesn't look pretty now, but it's gonna look pretty in a few. And even if it doesn't look pretty, it's gonna be tasty, right? To me, it's not about looking pretty, it's all about how does it taste? Is it as tasty as it's supposed to be? That's my goal. That's the goal for me in the end. I'm using all of my butter and pesto. Making sure to cover everything. And she wants me to put it with the skin down. I know how to follow instructions. Skin down. Skin down. So because I use my hands. You guys use, let me know, do you use your hands or do you use like a spatula? I'm okay with getting my hands dirty. So we're gonna put this in there. Arrange it that way, rinse my hands off. Wipe my hands. And let's take a look at this. Don't worry, the butter, the pesto, everything's gonna melt in there, but this is how it looks right now. Cannot wait. So we are going to put everything in the oven. It's already been on. How long are we putting this in the oven? So bake for 12 to 14 minutes. So I'm gonna put in this in the oven. I always set my timer. So I'm gonna set this for 14, actually I'm gonna set it for 15 minutes. 15 minutes, and I'm gonna leave that to bake, and then that'll be it. Then I'll start cleaning up. So we will see you soon as this food is done. And while that's cooking there, I'm just gonna steam some string beans, broccoli, and mixed vegetables. So what I've been doing is I get a pot, just put some water in there, and then I have the steamer. If you don't have a steamer, get a steamer. Just put some vegetables in there. And I season the vegetables with this slap your mama sauce, because my daughter introduced me to that, and I've been in love with it. So I just use half the bag of string beans. Use half the bag of broccoli. And I just put in some mixed vegetables. I like mixed vegetables, so I put in a lot of that. And I just cover that up, let that steam for a little while. I always clean up while I'm cooking. Like my husband used to just like cook all the dirty stuff in there, but I like to, like, you know, wash up while I'm, because then it's less messy at the end, you know. And that's that. See you soon. So while the food is cooking, I wanted to talk to you about starting the goal that you have for yourself, right? I talk a lot. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I talk a lot about starting. And if you don't follow me, Lisa_Lanaola on Instagram. Follow me. And don't forget to also subscribe. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you find the information helpful, or if you know someone that will find it helpful, share it with a friend, right? But don't forget to hit the subscribe button, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. But over on Instagram, all the time I talk about starting, because a lot of people have fears around starting. They have goals. Every time I put out a video, right? Every time I put out a video, I have people anywhere that just stop me and say, "Oh, I'm so proud of what you did. I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that." And I'm just like, you can just start, right? But a lot of people don't know how to start, where to start, when to start, or what to do after they started. So that's what I'm going to make this YouTube page about. It's mostly about starting and how it feels to start, and some of the feelings that we get after we've started, and, you know, making sure that we don't quit, we don't stop, we keep continuing our goal, right? So I have fixed my credit. I started with a 420 credit score. My score is currently at an 800. I wanted it to get to an 850, but it's on the struggle bus right now. But I'm working on getting it towards there, right? So if you have a goal of getting your credit together, I'm gonna tell you where to start, right? I bought a house. Didn't know that I could do it, did it, and I'll tell you how to do that, how to start doing that. I started a side hustle, and I turned it to a business, and you might want to do that. You don't know how to do that. I'll tell you how to start doing that. How to invest in the stock market. You know, you might have a little, like I do, and you might not. You might want to just invest in some stocks, or just to, you know, learn about the stock market. I'll tell you how to start that, right? So let's do things. Let's start off small. First thing you have to do is start where you are. We want to all run. We want to all be sprinters. We want to all be marathon runners, but we all have to start where we are. And my thing is, when you start, and you continue slowly, step by step by step, that is where you need to go to get the end result that you're looking for. And I'm in the middle of it. I'm in the middle of a lot of things because I still want to grow my business. I'm learning how to grow my business step by step. I'm learning how to, I want a rental property. Besides the house that I own, I want to get another property to rent, right? So I'm working on that. So as I learn and I grow, I'll share everything with you. And so the first things first is to start where you are. I started where I was. I started with a 420 credit score, and I found someone who took the time to share their knowledge with me. And the first step that I did was downloaded my credit report. So you have to go to freecreditreport.com and you have to download your credit report. You have to take a look at it, know what's on there. And if you don't know how to read it, you can email me, message me, and I'll tell you how to read it. But the first things first is to download your credit report, know what's on your credit report, know what you have to work on. Then you have to make a list. I make a list of everything that I have to do. I'm a list girl. I actually keep all my lists on my phone, on my notes on my phone. I make a list because as you start this journey, you're gonna say, "Oh, I gotta do that. Oh, I gotta do that. Oh, I gotta do this," and you're gonna want to jump to step 10 when you're still at step number 1. But what I want you to do is add it at step number 10 or step number 11, but keep going down from step 1 to step 2. So that's what I do. I start at step 1, which is downloading my credit report. I found out what was on it, right? And I did the work of clearing everything up, paying whatever I had to. I didn't really have any, I didn't have credit. Like I didn't have credit, had to go get a credit card with a $250 limit. And I started with that, right? And I improved my credit, and whatever purchases I made on that card, I make sure to pay off that card, and that's how it is, and that's how I built. But if you do have negative things on your credit report, clear those up. Make sure that those are clear. Make sure that you clear those things up, right? And that you just do whatever you need to do to clear your credit up. And then after that, I just kept making sure that I paid my bills on time. Whatever bills I had, I paid those on time. I have not, since I started on this credit journey, and since I was 21 years old, I'm 44 years old now, I have never paid a bill late. Honestly, I've never paid a bill late, and that is the goal. You want to make sure that you do not pay your bills late. You pay them on time, and make sure that you're not taking off more debt than you can chew, right? Make sure that your debt that you have is small, it's minimal. And even if you have debt already, that's a lot, make sure you decrease those, because that's the point in building your credit. We want to have a little debt, and we want to make sure that we are increasing the money that we make. So that's just step 1 on building your credit, right? And that's how you start a goal. You just start, because a lot of people, they want to get to an 800 score, but they don't even know what their current credit score is. And that goes with any goal. You want to be sprinting and you want to be in marathons, but we're still sitting on the couch, right? And we haven't even gotten off the couch yet to know if we can run, if we can even walk. We have to start walking first. So let's take walks around the block. And I'm just using that analogy, like let's just take walks around the block first before we join marathons, right? And that's just simple. Find out where you are. Find out where your credit score is, and message me and let me know. If you've done that simple task. Just do that simple task of finding out what your credit score is. And I also download the app Credit Karma, and I track that. It's not 100% accurate with the score, but it's a good start. If you cannot afford certain apps, if you don't want to pay for anything, Credit Karma is free and it allows you to track your credit score. So just two things: download your report, check what's on it, start to make a list of what needs to be corrected from that report, and download Credit Karma, and let's get started on improving your score, right? And that's that. Ooh, the food is done. Okay, good. So that's that. So let's do those two things, and I'll come back to you next week with more tips and what I did to get what I want, because I have a goal. I have goals that I want to reach in the next 6 years, and I'm creating a list. And I just want to reiterate, this book, The 12-Week Year, I am working on that. I'm still working on it. I still use it religiously. If you want me to help you achieve your goal, you can go to my website, hit the Work With Me tab, and I will be able to help you to create a plan. You cannot move forward unless you have a plan. And I use my calendar. I have a calendar that I write down my goals. I have an accountability partner, and I am getting it done. So all you have to do is just start where you are, start with what you have. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you find it interesting, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Ayeesha Lanaola, and message me if you need help with anything as far as credit. And I'm gonna get on to the next stuff that I have, things that I've done, and that a lot of people have questions about. I just want to make sure that you start. A lot of people are stuck where they are and they feel like they cannot do certain things. And I'm here to let you know I'm an example of just doing what you want. If you want something, find a way to get it. Okay, so now let's get a taste test. Okay, so this is how it is. It's salmon with the tomatoes, roasted corn with pesto and butter. This is what it looks like. Okay. This is what it looks like. So it's the roasted corn, roasted tomatoes. Okay, so let's taste it. Haven't tasted it yet. Okay, the corn is good. Let me taste this tomato. It's good. Okay, let me taste the fish with the pesto and butter. It's okay. Now let me taste everything together. It's actually pretty tasty, actually. It's a simple recipe, but it's really good. I'm trying to put all of it. So I have the corn, I have the fish. I'm gonna put a tomato on top. I'm gonna try to squeeze all of this in my mouth. It's good. It's really good. It's simple. So I have enough to last me for 3 days. I steamed some broccoli. I steamed some string beans and some mixed vegetables. So I'm gonna add it to the plate, and I'll add a picture when I'm done. Pretty good. I could get into this. So if you want a easy recipe, pick it up. I'm gonna add the what I use in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe. I love y'all. See y'all next week.